timing is everything. And as you get older, you learn that that's a very true statement when it comes to a lot of things, investing, opportunities, and just choices in life. It's timing, there's a big part of it. I often think about NASA and SpaceX and institutions that send rockets into outer space. There's a very tight time window that they can launch in order for them to mitigate risk and be successful. And when it comes to buying a house, most people's biggest investments, it's somewhat of timing. The condition of the market, are prices up or are prices down? Is it a seller's market or a buyer's market? What time of the year is it? There are seasonal trends that, depending on the time of year, there's more buyers than sellers. But everything is timing. I sold my house right before Christmas. I put it on the market. I had it sold by January. And that's not recommended as the strongest time to sell a house. Usually it's spring into summer is the best time to sell a house in most states. But I found someone who was getting out of a lease and they didn't want to renew the lease, so the timing matched. I wasn't desperate. That also creates more power for you. When you're not desperate to buy, when you're not desperate to sell, you don't have to rush. When you don't have to rush, your timing is a little bit more determined by you. But with all that being said, I want to talk now specifically about the state of Florida in America. Florida is interesting because it's almost the opposite of every other state. Every other state in America, the strongest seasonal period in the year is usually, again, spring and summer. But Florida, because Florida is the warmest state on average, climate-wise, in America in the winter, people come to Florida in the winter, and that's the peak of tourism season. So the worst time to be a buyer is during that because there's the most people down here. They're emotional about it being warm in the winter, and everyone wants to buy. So from December to April is a bad time to be a buyer in Florida on average. There's exceptions. The best time to buy property in Florida, is from August, or I really want to say from September to October. Let's just say August, September, and October, those 3 months where everyone is up north, they're loving the fall weather, they don't think it'll ever be winter again, their kids are going back to school, and everyone's burnt out on the heat of Florida by the time September comes. And on average, that's when there's less sellers physically in Florida, less people emotional about buying in Florida because the weather is beautiful in other states in the fall and end of summer. And that's a pro tip that I've learned from moving from New Jersey to Florida and still trying to figure out if I want to buy. Again, when you live below your means, when you're patient, when you're single with no pets, no kids, you don't need to rush. I'm also a nomad, so another reason I don't need to rush. So it's like a hawk. You circle around until you find the right opportunity and then, but timing is important. The time you swoop down is important because, just because you go to swoop down, you can get snatched up. And you don't want to overbuy. You don't want to buy in a bad area. You don't want to be desperate. So you got to be careful about when you choose to swoop down. And I'm hoping that this information, inspiration, motivation that I showed up, I made another video I do every day. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're inspired to support the channel because you get something out of it, click that blue join button. Leave a comment below, share this video. But take care of yourself well. Don't let people manipulate you. Don't let people control you. And it takes two to tango. If you have toxic people in your life, you're choosing to keep them in your life. I push back on everyone who sings this sad story. There's some sad stories out there, but we all got them. Let's not play that game. I'll see you in the next video, and I thank you very much for watching.